This is the Dispatch Part 2. So it's a Cold War. We're fighting in Korea and Vietnam. We speculate because of these losses that we would not win against China or Russia if we went there on the ground. However, we have a missile gap of 5-1 over the Soviets at times. This gives us some consolation. This is not actually military power. It is hardware. It is stuff. This stuff that was bought with money, an industrial complex. Companies become militarized and become associated with the Pentagon and the CIA. We've been at economic and intelligence war with the rest of the world for control of the world since the 1950s. Now, we may not send the bills back to the U.S. Treasury, but they go to New World Order companies, which work very closely with the CIA. This economic war is over the world's oil, markets, colonies, and your labor. This is neocolonialism. You may notice that in the 1950s and 60s there was a decolonialization effort. This was not actually decolonialization, but merely a shift in the manner in which colonialism occurred. The IMF and the World Bank were sent in to take loans or give loans to those companies, junk loans. They can't pay back. What do they have? And to assume control over these newly freed neo-colonies. There are only 3 countries left in the world that are not either Soviet, American, or Third World. There's Venezuela, Iraq, and Iran. Till 1991. We set up Saddam, we tripped him. Read about slant drilling and undersecretaries and the John Perkins ex-CIA economic hitman interview at democracynow.org, or Google it. We have everything that we want in Iraq, according to the NWO. They have anarchy, and our companies have the oil, and our military holds down the anarchy. If we gave them democracy or left, then they could do anything they want with that oil, and that is not according to the NWO's wishes. They might even trade it in euros. There's also Venezuela, whom we've tried to harass into giving us their oil resources, basically, for a while. We tried to kill Hugo Chavez, but that failed, and he was democratically re-elected. And there's Iran, who also has lots of oil. Now, 4 or 5 companies control all of the world's resources, or control 51% or more of the world's resources right now. The day one company controls these resources, 51% or more, that's the end game. They will buy the rest, and there are no more creditors. That is approaching about 2008, according to mergers. Peak oil is also approaching in 2008, or as soon as we invade Iran. This is the shift between I am trying to get control economically of the world and I have control economically of the world. This is coming probably within 90 days, according to our terror warnings. Or, if we invade Iran today, that'll happen. But it won't be longer than about 6 months to a year because of our economic forecasting. We're arranging peak oil, which is fake, and the only reason it's there is to serve us economically in either invading Iran or economically restructuring and taking over the world, according to the NWO. It would take about 18 months to replace all of our energy infrastructure with John Kansas or Stanley Myers free energy technologies. 18 months is longer than our oil resources and longer than our food resources have been built up. During that time, we'll be in a freakish economic recession, global depression. What can we do about this? ExxonMobil and the Bush crime family, they won't be helping us. They want fascism. They want market control of the world. We want freedom. We want liberty. Talk. Tell other people. Vote for Ron Paul. Tell them about John Kansas. Tell them about anything that you want from the new media. Do research and spread it. That is the new media on your free internet. Join a militia. Get good at using your Second Amendment. Do a search on MySpace or Facebook for Ron Paul, John Kansas, or militias. Second Amendment says that you have the right to use any weapon that a military would use in the defense of a free and secure state, which is necessary. If there was a militia at Vermont Tech, there would have been no gunman action. We'd be, well, I'll just let that one drop. But I encourage you to take a trip. Take a short trip. Take a long trip. Tell people about Ron Paul, John Kansas, and become part of the new media. Please pray that the world wakes up. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Have a fine day.